In today's video, we're discussing a Magic card that has spiked over 930%. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss out. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here, and we don't waste time with beginnings and intros to videos like this. We jump right into the action and talk about the card. So let's take a look at the card we're discussing today, and it is the Allosaurus Rider. The edition I'm showing you is Dual Decks Elves vs. Goblins. Now, this card has climbed over 930%. You can see here it started happening on May 22nd of 2025. It now has an average price of $15.47. The market price, of course, says $1.77. So there's quite a variation in how far this card has climbed and how quickly it has happened. Now, let's take a closer look at the Allosaurus Rider so we understand what we're looking at. This is a 7 casting cost, 1-star creature elf warrior. Now, funny it doesn't say dinosaur, right? But anyway, besides the point. You may exile 2 green cards from your hand rather than pay the Allosaurus Rider's mana cost. That means if you ditch 2 green cards from your hand, you get to put this bad boy right into play, ignoring the 7 casting cost effect. Now, Allosaurus Rider's power and toughness are equal to 1 plus the number of lands you control. So honestly, if you just skip this guy out, not much is going to happen, right? You're going to have 1 or 2 lands in play. It's going to be like a 3-3, but you lost 2 green cards in your hand. This doesn't seem like a great card right away, does it? It doesn't seem like it's doing a lot. But let's remember, there's always something going on when a card spikes, and there's a lot more to look at. So first, let's jump over and take a look at this card. This is Neoform. Neoform is 1 blue and 1 green as a sorcery, and this is from War of the Spark. It says, as an additional casting cost of this spell, you have to sacrifice a creature. Okay, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter. Then shuffle your library. That means the Allosaurus Rider of 7 casting cost now lets you go looking for something that is 8. There are gigantic creatures for 8 that you will get to slaughter. This guy is being put out as a sacrificial lamb for Neoform. And that's not the only card, you see, because there's other things out there that are going to do this. Here is Eldritch Evolution. 2 green, 1 other, a rare, and it says, as an additional casting cast of this spell, you have to sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature card with mana cost converted X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrificed creature's mana value. Do you see where this is going? Now you're going to get something that costs 9. I mean, as a simple throw, I could say, hey, we can just go get Galta, the Stampede Tyrant. This is a 12/12, and when it enters the battlefield, you can put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. You're just going to flood the battlefield, and they better have an answer. And we all know how quickly this could take effect. We understand now that this is a combination card effect that is going to cause an avalanche that your opponent has to be ready for, or they're just going to concede the game. Now, after looking at that amazing card that is the Allosaurus Rider, I mean, if we look back at this card in the Cold Snap era, this thing wouldn't have been used really, right? I mean, it would take you 2 green cards to get it out for free. It would come in as like a 1-1 or a 2-2, maybe even a 3-3, depending on when you drew the card. It didn't really make a lot of sense for players to use it, but now, with the new and more powerful cards that Magic has given us, the ability to sacrifice because of its converted mana cost and go and get something huge like Galta, it sings an entirely different tune. Now, this card itself, you would think, hey, it can be used in Commander. It could. But let's face it, this is a modern combo card. You can have 4 of it, 4 of Neoform, 4 of the Eldritch, and any other combination of cards like Galta to just flood the battlefield and just end the game. It's amazing to think about how quickly it could happen. You'd be like turn 2 or 3 and you could probably get this off pretty effectively. I'm sure somebody will drop some comments in the comments section letting me know. And think about it. May 22nd, this card was still a couple of dollars. It wasn't super expensive. You could have gotten 4 of them for like probably $10. You could have gotten 4 of everything else for another 10, and you wouldn't have been hurting your bank account. You'd have a good beginning modern deck. Now, of course, it's now up to $15 per copy and still climbing. Now, what does this mean for players out there who want to get their hands on a copy of this, 4 of it, or maybe they don't have a playset yet, but want to get a playset? Is this card more likely to hold its value long term, or is this card going to be something that is going to sink in value if it doesn't win? Well, it's going to be the latter. if this card doesn't show a winning format in Modern, players aren't going to play it, which means it's not going to hold value. But on the other hand, if it wins a lot, that price is going to increase. If we see this thing winning tournaments and being the key piece of a deck build, then what you're going to see is more players try to get their hands on it, more speculators involved, and the price surging above the 15, the 20, and even the 25, which of course will make it a key reprint target for Wizards of the Coast going forward, but probably not fast enough. Remember, they're usually a couple of years out, and unless this was already on their radar, it's not coming around anytime soon. So that means you would have to wait for this card to either fall, either from fashion, like nobody cares about it, doesn't win anymore, or it keeps a really super high price tag. You have to wait for that reprint. You got to be patient and see how things go. I mean, I did just cover a video yesterday talking about all these cards we've seen go up in value. And not all of them are reserve list cards, only to fall back down when the fashion trend of this card fades, which often happens in Commander decks. That's a little bit different for Modern. As long as that deck is still winning, and there's new combination pieces that keep it afloat or it slowly fades out, as long as it keeps winning, though, players are going to keep playing it because they want to win the tournament. They want to get in there, okay? It's going to be a winning piece. If it's a winning piece, the price is going up. So keep paying attention to the card. And if it's not winning, well, chances are nobody's going to be buying it anyway because it's not a Modern win con piece. So that's where you fall on that. It's either it's going to win, everyone wants it, price goes up, or we're going to see nobody win with it, nobody cares, and this thing drops out as fast as a rotten egg on a hot summer day. Picture that one. There's your fun for the day. Anyway, this is where we're at in today's video. Now, before we end things off, though, before we end today's video, I want to remind you guys, this is a card spike video discussing this one particular card. Okay, we're discussing the Allosaurus Rider. But on the back 20 of this video, the last couple of minutes, I just want to remind you there's a lot of other cards moving in the background. And tons of them are Lord of the Rings related. They're not all the sword, scroll, sheath ones and stuff, but there's a lot of the basic land cycling lands moving. All those like Treant cards and stuff. The Troll Guy, Keswick Dome. All those cycling cards, they're all moving. Okay? As well as a few of the legendary creatures like Arwen and stuff. They're all moving too. And that's all, it looks like that's all because of Final Fantasy. Okay? Now, they're not hitting hundreds of % yet, but the trend is moving in that direction. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If you're interested in these cards, you might want to get in before the card spikes, grip into them, and maybe make some of these cards a little bit more unobtainable. Lorien Revealed is still not spiking yet, but we've seen what's happened to that card in the past. It's just something to pay attention to if you didn't already own 4, which if you've watched my videos for a long time, you would have bought it back when it was $1, right? Just saying. Guys, thanks again. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks again for hanging out with the Moxman. Of course, I will be back tomorrow with another video. We do them every single day, and I look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section. Guys, have a great one. See you then. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of my channel. Because of these amazing patrons, daily uploaded content is put together every single day, and it's because of them that this is made possible. Guys, if you're looking for a Patreon slot, you may be able to find one. You may be able to get onto my Patreon. If not, you can always join my YouTube membership member, and I will look forward to seeing you guys each and every day. Thanks again for supporting Team Moxman. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with another video. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. Glad you guys made it to the end. It shows you're one of those people. Do you guys remember Torbrand? Right? The dwarf guy. Forecasting cost 2/4. I think it's from Throne of Eldraine. He added the additional 2 damage and stuff. And then we got Brunar Battlehammer. I love dwarves. I always thought they deserved better tribal. Well, I noticed that in the new set, we get that Gannok guy, King of the Dwarves. Double strike, all that cool stuff. You might be able to put some really funky dwarf deck together with all the equipment. I'm just thinking I might try this. Just for some fun with some friends. Because dwarves are getting better. We're going to get minotaurs at some point. Maybe we'll get some more fairies too. Just saying. Some of these tribal things are really cool. I think dwarves deserve their shot. We got to beef them up a bit. We've been getting a few of them. But we need a few specialties in there, man. A few more like this King of the Dwarves guy. I like this. I like it. I don't know why. I just do. It's like watching my childhood kind of come alive. We had the very beginning dwarves, dwarven ponies, stuff like that. It's like, we need more! They got goblins, they got elves. What happened to the dwarves? Or gnomes? We're missing stuff, man. We're missing stuff. Wizards, serve me. I want to see some good stuff. Guys, have a great one. Ramble, jamble.